Hi, and welcome to the Art Room with Mrs. Samala. I'm your art teacher. Today, I want to share a little bit about myself before we get started talking about art. So, there's lots of things that I like to do. I love to be outside, especially aside from making art. I love to run and go for walks and hike and go to the beach and kayak and fish and anything I can do outside, even make art outside. And one of the favorite things I like to do at the end of summer is go to the state fair with my family. So this is my family. My husband is a science teacher, so he teaches just like I do. My son, his wife, and my daughter all go to the College of St. Scholastica. They're all college students. And my youngest daughter is a high school student at Hermantown. She's a junior there, or an 11th grader. All of my children, my husband, and myself graduated from Hermantown, so we're Hermantown Hawks, just like you. This little guy is our dog. He's a crazy animal. He loves to go outside in the summer and run around and dig all the time. Right now, he's in our kitchen sink because he's got muddy feet. He's pretty little, but he thinks he's really a big dog. And there he is again, coming in the wintertime. In the wintertime, he runs around outside, but because he's a low rider in the snow, he gets all full of snowballs like that. He's crazy. And again, he goes in the kitchen sink. So that's just a little bit about my family. And now let's get thinking about art. The big question is, what is art? And that's a personal question. Art is different to everybody. What is what they like, what they want to make, what they like to look at. So let's take a look more about art. Art can be photography. So that's when someone takes photos. Art can be sculptures. These are actually paintings on the wall, but this is a huge sculpture of a paint tube. So sometimes paint comes in tubes rather than bottles. So this is it. And there's the cap. It's quite large. Art can be drawings. Some of you might recognize this old drawing as the Pink Panther. You can see how the artist sketches the Pink Panther, and then how it doesn't have color, and then how it does. Art can be furniture, and that can be surprising. Art can be paintings, like this detailed picture of a hare or a rabbit. Art can be clothing. This is a costume worn in New Orleans at the Mardi Gras. Art can be fibers, and fibers is anything made out of strings or yarns or cloths. So this is a kente cloth from Ghana, Africa, and we'll talk about that as you get older, but it's a special kind of long, thin garment that you can wrap around your body and wear. Art is also architecture. That's the design of buildings. This is the Sydney Opera House in Australia. Very cool looking building. Now, why do people make art anyway? Sometimes it's to tell stories, like Faith Ringgold. She's the artist that made this called Tar Beach, and it has all kinds of writings on it too. This is a quilt, actually, that's been painted on, and there's a story that's written on it as well. Sometimes artists want to share their feelings, like The Child's Bath by Mary Cassatt. Or sometimes artists want to make things look special. So this is pottery from the Hopi Native Americans. And they made beautiful pottery and also awesome designs. Sometimes art is to remember special people. This is a portrait of Barack Obama, who was our president not that long ago. Sometimes it's to remember special times. This is called Thanksgiving by the artist Norman Rockwell. He liked to do pictures of American families. Art can be huge, like this enormous spider sculpture. I've seen this in real life. It's awesome. Kind of creepy the first time, but it was awesome. Or it can be tiny. This artist takes crayons, takes the paper off of them, and then carves cool ideas into all of the crayons. Tricky. People make art everywhere in the world, all over. I'll just show you two places. One is Mexico. This is Diego Rivera's painting called Tortilla Makers. It's so soft, and they're patting out soft tortillas. And here's a Canadian artist, the Group of Seven, from the Group of Seven. This is a painting of the mountains. Artists choose their materials. Wait a minute, what are materials? Materials are what artists actually make the artwork from. So paintings would involve different paints. This is a sculpture of a gorilla. And one of the things that the artists used were huge hooks to show the fur, or maybe to understand how fierce gorillas really can be. Or you could use something like flowers, this beautiful bird made out of flowers. It could be made out of styrofoam cups. It kind of feels like underwater, or it could even feel like clouds. And all it is styrofoam cups glued together. Amazing. Art can make us feel. It often does, actually. Here's a feeling, love. This is called a mother and child sculpture. So this is supposed to be the mother and this is supposed to be the child. It's a very simple or abstract form of a mother and child. It could be joyful, like this beautiful woman. She is happy on the outside, and the rainbow colors across her face even show how much happier she is. It gives an even more joyful feeling. Whoa, that's surprising. Some artists like to make artwork that kind of feels like dreams. So now the question is, what is art to you? What materials do you like to use? Or what artwork do you like to look at? What kind of feelings do you like to show? There's so many questions to ask. And that's what we'll be talking a little bit about this year. So what is art to you?